They say do not ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. And with me today, our guest puts these words into action. So welcome to the Discuss KE. My name is Chenyenyozi and Karibu Habib.
Asante sana.
Kindly introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you are about.
My name is Daniel Mala, famously known as Abiba Mar. Abiba Mar is a community organizer, a youth advocate, mentor, an activist, but a renowned human rights crusader. I'm passionate basically on issues, matters, leadership, governance, and social justice. So perturbed by a human rights violation within the community and many challenges that young people from informal settlement faced, together with others, we founded Kariobangi Social Justice Center, which is a community-based organization that focuses on advocating and promoting human rights, enhancing access to justice. But of most important is to fight and stand for the rights of marginalized people within the community. So that is basically how what my work entails and revolve around. But also I'm a member of a Social Justice Center working group, a consortium that bring together human rights community-based organizations cut across the country. So currently we're around 70 justice centers. So our work revolve around issues of human rights, because this started as a result of the many issues of enforced disappearance and extrajudicial killings that were happening within the informal settlement. So we had the first justice center, which was formed in 2015, that was Madare. And after that we had another justice center. So these are just spaces to give the community the voice and a space where they can be able to articulate their issues and be able to organize themselves as a community. So that is basically what I do within the community. So mine is more of community organizing, bringing the community together, finding a solution towards issues affecting them.
And mainly people's disappearance, extrajudicial killings and matters such as that, right? And interestingly, you are also a political aspirant. I am choosing my words correctly, but please feel free to correct me.
It's okay.
You are a political aspirant vying for the seat of MCA in Kariobangi North, right? So, fueled with your background in social justice, what exactly has led you to the point where you decide, you know what, I want to be an MCA for my people?
Okay, one, basically coming from a background of community organizer and human rights work. One, I resonate well with the issues affecting our people. And for a very long time, we've been on the front line in terms of advocating, doing petition, exercising our constitutional right under Article 37 of the Constitution, petitioning, proposing different policies. But in the end, these policies do not end up implemented. And even if they do, they're not sustainable. There is no long-term bit of it. So, and many challenges that we feel, because when you read the Constitution, mostly basically when we talk about issues of Article 43 of the Constitution, it speaks about issues of adequate access to water,
to resources,
better health facilities, clean environment. When you look, all these things are the issues that still affect us within the community. And I feel as going to this elective position, one, it's an opportunity for us to be able to formulate policies that can go forth in terms of addressing the issues affecting our people. At the same time, because when you look at our country, we have good policies, good laws in place, but there's that lack of implementation. So being at the decision where, sitting at the decision-making table most of the time, this is where you get the opportunity to be able to represent your people, be able to determine in terms of resource allocation, and even hold the leaders accountable. Because this is what we lack in terms of when you look at what is killing our nation, issues of corruption. And when you look at even the setup, the current setup of county assembly, they lack that power to be able to hold the executive accountable. They have been compromised. So we are bringing different kind of leadership that we can be for the people. And we have kind of leadership where people are not part and parcel. We are yet to embrace the element of public participation, where people are involved in each part of the development process. So
then, interestingly enough, with your views on decision making, I can see why you would decide to run as an independent candidate. But is there more to it other than the need for having an exclusive thought? Because I assume that is one of the reasons, so that you are not influenced in the process. But do you have another reason as to why you would choose to run for MCA as an independent candidate? Because that is a very big decision. Because that means your funding is limited. It means your access to resources is limited. Your visibility is, it means much, but please educate me. I might be speaking, out of turn.
So one, vying as an independent candidate is a constitutional right. It's something that is enshrined within our constitution. So it's a right. So we need to go for it.
Right.
Majority people tend to think that you only need to vie within a political party. Yes, vying as an independent candidate comes with a lot of challenges. But one, beyond that, I believe in the power of the people, and I believe the power belongs to the people. So you just definitely have to go to where the power is. But at the same time, when you look at our political party, when you are a young person, you don't have resources. You're competing against seasonal and financially muscled politicians who can be able to buy their way into place. And the political parties, most of the time I tend to differ that we don't have political parties, because these are people, you can be able to put a face in a political party, but political parties need to be owned by the people. At the center of the discussion of it need to be the people, and people need to determine, and that the voice of the people need to be respected. When you look at the history in terms of the political, in terms of the nomination process, how women and also young people get shortchanged within the political party. I can tell you an example right now with the zoning, the element of Azimio coming together. The other young people have been locked out. And the areas like from where I come from, the nomination of ODM never took place. On the day they were going to do that nomination, they were told that no, you can't have a nomination process. This is a Jubilee zone, so we'll be fielding a Jubilee candidate. And now you look, you are vying with ODM, you have put your resources, you have put everything, you have campaigned, and then the last minute
you're told you cannot even be nominated, as in you can't even take part in the process.
So these are the things that barred some of us from vying within the political party. And more of the political party, you become a puppet. You become somebody's puppet.
I mean, you are a master to whoever feeds you.
And you owe your allegiance to the owners of the political parties. But for us, coming from, we are for the people. And the reason why we are also doing what we are doing is because I like calling myself a leader without a title, because basically leadership is a position to be able to serve, taking that responsibility and steering towards and guiding people.
And in the same breath, right, where we're talking about leadership and being accountable and talking about you have mentioned a team a couple of times. You have mentioned that you're not just one person, there's a team of you. Is this the same team that holds you accountable? Is this the same team that takes care of the, because again resources are involved in this, is it the same team that takes care of ensuring that you're having resources, and also how are you able to finance your campaign? So those are three questions.
Three questions. One, vying as an independent candidate comes with a lot of challenges. Because when you look from my side, what I have is a determination, a vision. And that is what is driving me. That is what keeps me going. Being determined, and some of us believe in God. I don't know if you believe in, we believe in God and believe in the power of God. And I believe God can't give you a vision or a dream according to your bank account, but according to your faith. So with the faith, we keep on going. There's a lot of challenges. Yes, you will get that because we have been working within the community. And you get the goodwill from the people. It is not that much, but it comes with a lot of challenges. It's very draining. It requires a lot of determination, a lot of courage, a lot of prayers, a lot of being collecting yourself, composed. So it comes with a lot of challenges. At the same time, even the community themselves still do not embrace independent candidates and people who do not have money. Because
where do you think so?
We come from a community, I come from a community where for you to be an MCA or get elected, there are 3 factors that determine: your tribe, political affiliation, and now the money,
the weight of your pockets.
Yeah. So ukisikia mtu kwa ground ayuko, si ati ayuko,
ni pesa ndo haziko,
pesa ina apeani hiyo handout, unaona. But we are coming in as an alternative leadership. We are not going to lose hope. With me, I'm going to the ballot box believing that I have 1 vote. And if I get 2, 3, 4, I believe that there are people within that community that believe in me, believe in what I stand for and what I champion for.
I like what you've said. I like that you said if I get 1, 2, 3, 4, you are, that you're looking at the impact that this is creating and the awareness it is raising. And that is beautiful because it tells me you're not just doing this for yourself, you're doing it for other people to come, right? So within your organization, there are very many other people who are running for various, not really organization, but the organizations you're involved in. Are there very many people, young people who are running for seats as independent candidates, all championing for something similar as what you are? Because I see this as a very huge movement. Yeah,
young people, we have fronted ourselves because one, from where I come from, people tend to believe that these elective positions are designated for a certain individual within the community.
Yes.
So we are here to inspire hope. We are here to tell people, give them the alternative way, show them the direction, standing in the gap, going against the status quo, doing things differently, because we have been doing things the same way, expecting a different result, which has not been happening.
Absolute madness.
So we need to take a different path that has never been traveled before. But surprisingly, many people are now, after the sham nomination process, like right now, there are around 5,000 people. Is it 5,000 aspirants already vying under independent candidates?
Yes, there are very many people who are.
So it shows you that people are now embracing the element of going directly to the people and standing, because as an independent candidate, you belong to the people. Your allegiance and everything, you're for the people.
They are the ones who...
Yeah, the people will be able to determine. But at the same time, we are also using this opportunity to be able to enlighten and even to educate the mass. Because we are dealing with the mass that do not even understand the responsibility of the elected leaders.
Of course.
And they tend to think that their responsibility as voters end at the ballot box. Fika tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 tuna vote, si tunaenda nyumbani. Not forgetting that you need to be involved, hold these leaders accountable, because that is where people, when once somebody get elected, they tend that are now mini gods who need to be praised, worshipped. But you are a servant. You're a servant of the people.
You need to be held accountable.
You need to be held accountable. You need to be criticized. You need to be with the people, because you are representing the views and the voice of the people. So that element of public participation, organizing, coming within the community level, having those meetings, getting to understand what are the challenges, because I also believe community is not a glass empty, it's a glass half empty. So we need to work together. They have something to offer. And even toward those challenges affecting them, an idea can be able to come out of it.
Right. I mean, you are speaking such beautiful words, and I dare say that if I was a voter in Kariobangi North constituency, I would cast my vote for you, because you really have inspired hope for me, mostly because I'm able to imagine a future that will rise against the norm, which I suppose that is what you're driving, a future that will rise against the grain, so that even if the person I vote for does not right now, as an independent candidate, that does not come to fruition, the next time there's an election, I know for a fact that people have embraced this. It's a normal thing, right? It's a normal thing. So my very last question to you is this: how do we hold you accountable?
How do you hold me accountable?
Yes. You have spoken beautiful words.
Yes.
And I told you I'd vote for you. So how do I hold you accountable?
How do you hold me accountable? Because one, when you look at the ideas that we have, I've been talking about issues, because when we talk about good governance, there must be the element of public participation. There must be the element of involving the electorates in every bit of the development and everything that is happening within the county government. They need to be part and process. Because when you look at the formulation of the CIDP report, County Integrated Development Plan for the 5 years, majority of the residents do not participate. They don't participate simply because these public participation are carried within the sub-county. So traveling
is quite
a task. And they don't, at the same time, they don't have information. So with me, we are coming with a different setup in terms of how do we, within the cells, because in our odd we have like 10 cells. So how do I formulate a committee, a representative of youth, women and elder people, so that at the end of these are the people who will be able to represent the people. But we'll be having monthly or quarterly meetings within the community. Those are the places where I can be held accountable. And I can be able to inform my people what is going on within the community, the current affairs, and we work collaboratively together. Thank you for giving me avenues to reach you when you are MCA,
and even telling me about when, because I start with being a pessimist first, then I become an optimist. But thank you for helping me see that even if, say, the person I do not elect, and in this case being, say, you, your work will still continue because you're not here just for now. You're here to set a precedence that anyone can vote and anyone can take part in the their constitutional right to be a political aspirant. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on to the show. Really, thank you very much. And I wish you the very, very, very best.
Na unaweza toa mpaka poster sasa.
Unaweza toa mpaka poster nitumie. I'm very serious.
Unaweza toa poster, unaweza toa banner. But all in all, we must tell young people that we are no longer leaders of tomorrow. We are leaders of today. Tomorrow and every day, and regardless of how these things are systematically structured, barring young people from vying, we don't need to wait for that conducive environment. Let us just keep on doing. And to the young people that are outside there struggling all along, let's keep on.
Let's keep doing
this. And we also need to urge other young people to support progressive. I don't want to be supported because I'm a young person.
You know what? I want you to look at this camera and tell these people what exactly you're telling me. We're leaders of today, not tomorrow. So tell them.
Okay, mine is to the young people. Let nobody lie to you that you're leaders of tomorrow. That tomorrow is here with us. We say wakati ni sasa. So we are either leaders of today, tomorrow, and every day. And we understand that the political field is not conducive for young people to vie and thrive into, but let us not lose hope. Let's keep on doing whatever we can do. But even to the other young people, let us identify ourselves with progressive young people who are vying for various elective seats, support them. Because at the end of the day, we are the majority. Can we take the advantage of a numerical number and bring that desired change that we want into this country? So, wakati ni sasa, kama sio sasa, ni sasa hivi.
What he said. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And with that, I would like to bring this show to an end. I hope you will tell your friends who are members of Kariobangi North constituency to please hit the ballot box and vote for this gentleman.
Mala Daniel.
And vote for him, because I really do think he, as he has said, he has told us the problem, offered solutions, and told us this is how you will hold me accountable. And I feel like that is a very inclusive process. So, and this is just joy. It is not the views of Discuss KE. This is the views of Joy Chenyenyozi. So thank you very much for being a part of our conversation, being a part of this process. And I hope to see you soon. Subscribe, like, share. You know the drill. Bye.